History is too complex to be generalized. However, historians must simplify information so students like you will have a general understanding about the world around you and its past. Based on the 2019 South Carolina state standards, we will be focusing on certain segments of our past and how it all connects. Before we talk any historical events, let's talk about timelines and compare time to length and distances. Let's see how sharp your math skills are. So, rounding to the nearest thousand, let's say this is year 2000 AD. How long ago is 200,000 BC? If you look at the math on your screen, you will realize it is about 202,000 years ago. Let's say 1,000 years is an inch. That means if you live for 100 years, your life is worth 1/10 of an inch. So, how many miles just about is 200,000 years of history? If you said about 3 miles, awesome job. You will make your math teacher happy. Recap: 200,000 BCE, during the Ice Age, some of the earliest humans can be found on the continent of Africa. Jumping forward to 5000 BCE, after the discovery of agriculture, you can see that a city-state called Sumer started in Mesopotamia. In North Africa, during 3000 BC, you can see that ancient Egypt is established on the Nile River. Also, this was around the time when the Great Pyramids of Giza was built. Oh, look, there's two more River Valley civilizations in year 2000 BCE. Now we're seeing different civilizations in Mesopotamia, as well in India. Remember Hellenistic culture and how it was spread by Alexander the Great to Asia and North Africa? Those darn Greeks. Oh no, during the same time period, it looks like China is at war with itself. This is called the Warring State period. I wonder who's going to get the Mandate of Heaven. Looks like we found out. Han Dynasty won. Awesome. Also, Rome is taking over the Mediterranean Sea. What's left is Egypt. For those who celebrate, Merry Christmas. Jesus was born. Guess what? Look in West Africa. Ghana's a nation, and they're going to get rich off of gold. Hey, a lot of good things are happening in India, but not so much in the Roman Empire. It had a split in two. Too many issues. Oof. Looks like Western Rome fell. Here comes the Middle Ages. Islam is starting to be a thing now. Popular in West Asia, North Africa, and even parts of Europe. Furthermore, the Frankish Empire, eventually to be known as the Holy Roman Empire, becomes the dominant force of Western Europe after the fall of Western Rome. Remember feudalism, where nobles owned the land and they gave out fiefs to knights to protect the serfs so the serfs can work on the lands for the nobles? JK said Spain and Portugal as they kicked the Muslims out of Europe into North Africa. Also, Mali's a country, replacing Ghana and West Africa. Guess who was the world's richest man during this time? Possibly the richest man ever. Mansa Musa, king of Mali. Plus, the largest contiguous empire, the Mongol Empire, takes over much of Asia and parts of Europe. Even though the Yuan dynasty was controlled by the Mongols, they claimed the Mandate of Heaven. Marco Polo. So yes, the Silk Road was super popular when the Mongols were in control, and Europe was getting rich, and they loved all these new things that they had in store. Furthermore, the Ottoman Empire was born. Magna Carta, King's We could just say a lot happened in the 1300s, the late Middle Ages. Lots of things happen. West Africa is starting to be Songhai now. Oh, yeah. Eventually, the Ottoman Empire would destroy the rest of Rome, the eastern part, and the Silk Road would eventually collapse, causing the destruction of the Yuan dynasty. So now Ming has the mandate of heaven. Hola, the Americas are now Spanish. Oh, yeah, West Africa is poor now. People stopped trading on the Sahara Desert and instead on the Atlantic Ocean. The 13 original colonies were found. Also, Japan is still feudal, stuck in the Middle Ages. Our beautiful state of South Carolina is a country now in 1860. Wonder what the United States thinks about it. Well, it turns out it was an act of treason, and now the United States is at war with itself. The world is about to be at war with itself. However, Japan is finally out of the Middle Ages under the Meiji period.